Here at the Corona Saquarema Pro presented by Banco Do Brasil. It's the Corona Pro show. We got the air show going on outside. And to conclude an incredible day of action here in Saquarema, why not fly a couple of planes up in the air? We saw a couple of people fly through the air on day 2 of competition. 10-point ride, multiple 8s, a 9 thrown in there, and why not see some planes fly through it? Mitch, Marcos, Maida, and ladies and gentlemen, it was not only epic in terms of the consistency of the waves, the surfing was even better. Mitchell Salazar, Marcos Bocayo, Maida Paps. Biggest standout of the day for you, Marcos?
Oh, besides Joel Vaughan, Vitor Ribas.
Oh, Legends Heat. You're going straight to it. It just finished, but it was an awesome time.
I'm biased.
Maida?
Actually, Camilo Costa did a great job as well. Yesterday, he was amazing. He got the kayak best wave of the day, but today as well. So I love to see him surfing here.
Yeah, we saw the Legends Heat right now, obviously one of the greatest of all time out there. Victor Hiro, as we did see a couple of the older legends paddle out, the original pioneers of surfing in Brazil. Manu Callado is with Octavio Pacheco.
Yeah, I'm here with Otavio that just won the heat with Rico de Souza. How was that for you? Congratulations, Otavio. How did you feel?
Thank you so much. It was a big emotion to surf again, put a competition shirt, and feels me feel alive. And we did so much times, you know. And good, we start to represent Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and Saquarema in the world circuit since the beginning in 1976. And these days you see all the generations get so many titles for Brazil, and it's a very pleasure to see the little bit we help before open the way for all the new generations here.
Okay, now one question in Portuguese. He was one of the first professional surfers in Brazil, so I bet he has some tips for our surfers right now. Você foi dos primeiros surfistas profissionais do Brasil. Dá aí alguma dica para os surfistas que estão começando agora?
In English?
In Portuguese, for your fans.
A gente foi, na minha geração, foi precursora do profissionalismo, né? A gente começou a ter os primeiros contratos com grandes empresas, botar a logomarca na prancha e representar o Brasil no circuito mundial, né? No meu caso, eu representava o Brasil, Rio de Janeiro e Saquarema, que é a minha cidade do coração. E a gente começou até a fechar, de fato, eram os primeiros contratos no surf, né? Hoje em dia, o surf se profissionalizou, né? Como está hoje em dia, a gente vê que o surfista hoje em dia pode viver do surf, né? É um sonho que pode se realizar. Então, vocês nunca desistam disso, porque hoje em dia dá para viver do surf. E as empresas sabem disso. O surf vende, o surf aumenta as vendas das empresas. Então, uma troca que funciona bem.
So he told you guys who think you're going to leave surfing to not give up, because today you can live from surfing. Congratulations once again. That was amazing, wasn't it, guys?
Thank you very much.
Back to you.
Definitely was, Manu. One of the original pro surfers out of Brazil, Octavio Pacheco. He led the way for the Brazilian Storm, what is known nowadays as we see the air show once again. Well, we talked about incredible heats. It was an incredible day of action, but heat number 15 of the round of 64 really set out. Number 12 in the ranking, Joel Pupo, had a strong showing, but it was a difficult one to be able to move through into the round of 32. Maida, I mean, he had a tough road here. George Pitar was in the lead for the majority of the heat, but due to the poor strategy at the end by certain surfers in this heat, Joel Pupo took advantage, was able to move up into second place, and move through into the round of 32.
Yeah, it's true. Rafael Teixeira was with priority right in the end of the heat, but didn't have time to catch a wave and have an opportunity right there. And Joel Pupo was in second place and did a great job keeping his dream alive, following the George Pitar, and it was amazing. And his mom was really freaking out on the beach.
And Marcos, I mean, you give your toughest tasks to your best warriors, one of them being Samuel Pupo. He really wants to requalify for the championship tour. He had to go through this guy, though. The winner of the heat, George Pitar, looked on fire.
Speed, power, and flow. The board was functioning so well. Look at this lip slide over there. Whoa, so gnarly. Amazing surfer Pitar. An amazing rhythm. And at least a nail-biting hit for the whole Hana Pupo family. I think right now Miguel Pupo is lacking a few nails there.
Well, you see the results right there. Was close for first and second. 11.13 to the 11 points of Samuel Pupo. Rafa Teixeira closely in third. And Sheldon Simkus, unfortunately, was not able to get anything better than a 3.73. You know, heat number 15, the second to last of the day in terms of the Challenger Series event. But we look at, you know, other heats that happened before. Heat number 11 specifically. We talk about heats that really developed over the rounds. And you mentioned Kawakosta making it through once again. He ended up in second place, but he made the round of 16 last year. Let's see how he got into the round of 32. He was runner-up in this one because it was a tough one. The victory went to none other than Deivid Silva coming off a huge win in Ericeira. Marcos, once again, he looked lethal out there.
Amazing. Little, he belongs in the CT. He's trying to come back right here. In Ericeira, he showed his backhand attack. Here, he showed his versatility with the forehand, with the spray, with the arc. They have IQ of surfing super tied up with ADS. It's a type of surfing that is a study of the game, and you can see the versatility attacking the backhand snaps, the front side snaps. I think I'm hungry. Snacks, snaps.
And Maíra, then your guy, Kawakosta, Rio zone, originally from the northern part of Brazil, now resides in this area, moving through in second, and he wants to make finals day if he can.
He really wants to, and he's surfing pretty sharp as well. He's a big guy, very powerful, and I love to see him advance in this heat while following Deivid Silva.
No, and they take out two very strong competitors from France, Justin Becret, who was on a roll after Ericeira, got a fifth-place finish over there, and former CT surfer Maxime Boussinot. So it's Silva and Costa moving through in the round of 64 through heat number 11. Look at that beautiful background scene that we have here in Saquarema. Well, speaking of beautiful surfing, Victor Ribas was on fire during Legends Heat. He's downstairs with Rachel.
That's right, Victor Ribas, which actually is not for that long without competing, because last month he was competing in the Master in Aracaju, and he won. So he was just telling me how good is that feeling of competing again. So tell everyone.
Yeah, it's very good to be back on the competition. My life, since I was 12, I born surfing and competing around the world. I'm very stoked to be here. I want to thank WSL to invite us to be here, to be with everybody here on the beach, because this is very important for us. Brazil sometimes forgets the old sports guys, and I'm very stoked, to be here in Saquarema, in surfing, have this opportunity to surf here.
Now in Portuguese, conta pra gente como é essa sensação de ser competidor, de ganhar uma bateria, como isso faz bem pra sua alma, e também sobre as condições da bateria agora, estava muito difícil.
As condições estão ficando rápidas, né? A formação ainda está boa de onda, mas demorava muito. Fiquei um pouco com medo, né, de boiar e não conseguir pegar nenhuma onda. Mas, Saquarema é Saquarema. Então, quando vem a série, a qualidade da onda aqui é muito boa. Ela empurra, né, tem uma força muito legal. E foi muito legal estar de volta aqui. Meus alunos vieram lá de Cabo Frio para me assistir. Todo mundo com a camisa da escolinha. Foi mó barato. Então, eu estou super feliz e agradecido demais pela WSL ter convidado a gente. Poder vivenciar isso de volta. O surf competição está no meu sangue. Desde pequenininho eu venho competindo. Eu agradeço muito ao surf tudo que ele pôde me dar, conhecer o mundo, viajar o mundo todo. Aprendi a falar um pouco de inglês, né? Vocês viram aí que não está mais ou menos, faz um tempo que eu não pratico. Falo um pouquinho de portunhol também, um pouquinho de francês. Graças a esse esporte maravilhoso. Obrigado a todos que estiveram assistindo a gente aí. Foi um prazer estar aqui com vocês.
Parabéns, congratulations for the win. Back to you, Mitch.
Obrigado, Rachel, and Muito parabéns to Victor Ribas, winner of one of the Legends heats. Well, guess what? It's the Natura Kayak Wave of the day, and to no surprise, one of the best performances we saw all event long, and the first perfect 10 we've seen so far at the Corona Saquarema Pro. It goes to Joel Vaughan. Marcos, perfectly placed alley-oop. He timed it well, but the section, more than anything, he knew he was waiting for it.
No brainer for the wave of the day, Mitch. Look at the stalling, the technique of the invisible turn, and how high he reached. The level of difficulty of this trick was way above any bar. Look at this.
Yeah, pretty high.
Yeah.
I can tell it's like Felipe Toledo level. And this is a great compliment.
Today, it was Joel Vaughan's level because he dropped the first perfect 10 of the event.
Mateus.
Both Leandro Dora and Mateus Herdy agreed. The Natura Kayak Wave of the day. Feel the power of freshness. Well, guess what, guys? It's my favorite time of the day. Guess what it is, Maida? It's our top 5. And guess who we're starting off with our top 5? Jake Marshall, still on fire and moving through into the round of 32, keeping his hopes alive to be able to move back onto the championship tour once again with another great performance. A pair of 7s moving through into another stellar heat. And the Onda do Bem was actually a huge part of the success of today, and not only during this event, but all during Octubre Rosa, which we will be seeing all of the month of October. You were a part of this event yesterday. Maida, how was it for you?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing to see the girls competing here and actually making awareness around the breast cancer, this disease that kills so many women around the world. And here is Claudinha Gonçalves taking her chance right there. And they really took this opportunity to surf again, because Claudinha is also a former surfer, and this is Suelen Naraiza surfing in her backhand. All these girls, they were athletes. They competed a lot years before, but there was some other girls that didn't, as Manu and Raquel. So it was a big party. This is Jaqueline Silva. She was one of the captains of the white team. And Barbara Miller. We had like many girls surfing and having fun as well. But the most important thing, it was the awareness for breast cancer, the Pink October, and this is Raquel.
There you go, Rachel.
Yeah, and I think the coolest part about this is that it doesn't matter if you're a good surfer, if you're an average surfer, you still had a chance to go out there and prove yourself amongst the conditions that a lot of the Challenger Series surfers were having a tough time with. So it seems like the white team was able to win and take it out. Huge props to Onda do Bem and everything they've been able to do throughout the course of the event so far. The beach is still packed. They want more, and guess what? We might have it tomorrow. But now it is time for the top 5. And speaking of the best performance we've seen so far in this event, we're going to start off with Jake Marshall. Once again, a pair of 7s. He's moving straight through into the round of 32, Marcos.
Amazing skills, amazing rhythm, amazing mindset. He came along here in the booth, show his skills as a commentator also. Jake all the way from North County, San Diego, Encinitas. Look at this. Top to bottom, no falls, man. No falls there.
And 0 arrows so far in what has transpired in this event from Jake Marshall, looking to requalify for the championship tour in 2024. He actually said he's had a hard time adjusting to the 4-person heats. It doesn't seem like he's doing so anymore. So Jake Marshall, our number 5 for the Corona Post Show. Meanwhile, number 4, big performance when he needed it. Maui's own Elijah Halleman drops an 8.5 with a single layer, Maida.
Yeah, Eli Hanneman. What a show he put here. And with this big air, kicking the tail, rotating, completely rotating. And he ended up like stomping this maneuver right there. Got pretty happy with that.
Not every day you get to see him claim a wave. Number 3 goes to the local hero, João Chianca. He moves through with a strong performance, Marcos.
Almost nobody can be more electric and dynamic as João. He's working his skills. He's working his boards with Brit Merrick and the CI team. And it's amazing to watch like his blessing here on his homeland, his hometown. He's such a legend here. His brother over here, Lucas, all the family, Gustavo, his father. amazing powerhouse João Chianca surfing at home. It's a privilege to watch and to call.
And he did it in the first 15 minutes of the heat, too, on both the rights and the lefts. It just seemed like he was enjoying his time out there at his local break. We're talking about the number 4 in the world at the end of the regular season for the World Championship Tour. And he was just lights out when it came to surfing his round of 64 heat. Moving on to number 2, well, to nobody's surprise, Mateus Herdy, he continues to excite everybody. A strong performance. Faced adversity, though, Maida. 15.33 heat total. Gets an 8.93 for this one.
The best heat total of the day. Mateus Herdy surfing pretty well. Actually, in the beginning of the heat, he was kind of out of tune. But then, as soon as he could catch a very good wave, he started flying around, and this is the show that he did on his air game.
And did it with a stalefish at the end of this wave, too. Not every day you get to see that kind of grab in a jersey. So some strong stuff right there from one of the highest-rated Brazilian surfers left in the draw. Strong performance by Mateus Herdy. And to nobody's surprise, our number 1 today, Joel Vaughan, gets the first perfect 10 of the event. And Marcos, he did it in a strong fashion with one of the best airs you're going to see in a jersey.
Special session moment for the day. João Vaughan all the way from down under without Decimate on the luggage this season. We're going ballistic on the air. So much skills there being placed. Amazing. Look at this. This is for a clip, man, in a competition. So this legendary, groundbreaking.
That is for sure. Whenever you see somebody claim a 10 in the athlete zone, you definitely know that it's going to be up there. Joel Vaughan drops the first perfect 10 of the event, being congratulated by everybody on the beach, Australian or not. Well, it was an amazing day of action. The beach is still packed. It's crowded. A lot of people here. But, Maida, you know, it was a long weekend, by the way. It was a holiday weekend here in Brazil. What's the biggest takeaway for you here out of the first 2 days of competition at the Saquarema Pro?
Yeah, we have a lot of good things happening on the beach. It looks like a surfing festival, like many things happening on the Dubai, and also this big show of the competitors, such an important competition here in Saquarema. So for me, the main thing is how Itaúna is a big stage for surfing and for entertaining people.
Marcos, Legends Heat, Challenger Series Heat, we've had it all.
We got it all, everything for the books today. Amazing, legendary day. I think one of the things that I can assess as an input maybe is how Brazilian Star connect the other countries to be more united, to be more energetic, to root for their peers. So the connection between like Brazilian Star mindset through all the countries and continents, I think that is amazing, and it goes all the way from this as a theory for them.
Well, the level of surfing is as high as it could possibly be. And guess what? We got more highlights for you at the end of the Corona Post Show. Stay tuned on WorldSurfLeague.com for a 7:45 a.m. call tomorrow morning for potential Day 3 action here in Saquarema.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.